guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, the Bright Side girl, and today I'm coming at you with another giant book haul. Okay, so I have over 50 books to show you guys again. This time I actually will show you. I will not lose the footage, I promise. I figured out what was happening, so hopefully we're good. But I found, like usual, tons and tons of amazing books. Don't worry, I have a giant unhaul coming out probably for the summer sometime, and I don't plan on getting as many things in June and July. Our budget just got even a little bit tighter because we had an unexpected vet bill with my poor puppy. I got everything super cheap, so if you're new here and you're not familiar with my book hauls, I'm able to find books for ridiculously cheap, and I also sell and trade books, and it just all works out. I have a book budget that I will link right here if you're interested in watching it, so you can kind of learn how to book budget for yourself. I have a video coming out very soon on how to get books for $1, so even if you don't live where I live, where there's a bunch of library bookstores, I have a lot of tips and tricks for other ways to find books for $1. So without further ado, because I have so many books, we're gonna dive right in. I'm not gonna do a ton of descriptions once again, just because I have so many books to get through. Okay, first we're gonna start off with the only book that I have paid full price for this year and that I pre-ordered. So technically I didn't even pay full price because I pre-ordered it and got the pre-order discount. And that is Aurora Rising by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This is a new sci-fi series that they have collaborated together. The Illuminae series is one of my all-time favorite series now, so I was really excited to get this one. I was debating on pre-ordering it anyway. I was a little bit iffy about it. I just don't pre-order a lot of books that are new in a series, but this one I really wanted, and then they had announced that if you pre-ordered within a certain amount of time that they would actually send you a paperback copy of their secret novella called Memento, which is a prequel to the Illuminae files, and it's actual physical paperback copy. So I did all of the filing, so hopefully I will have that for you guys in the next book haul. Hopefully everything went well. I've never done like a pre-order incentive before, but basically I got 2 books for 1. So this one I think has something to do with flight school. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm starting this one like tomorrow. One reason that I have such a giant book haul this month is because I hit up my favorite spot that used to do books for $1 because they just don't have anyone manning the store at the library bookstore. Now they've got them like 2 for $1 or something like that. So they had amazing things, and I hadn't been there in a long time because it's like 45 minutes away. So that's part of the reason I have so many books. So at that library bookstore, I found Hush by Donna Jo Napoli. This is an Irish princess fairy tale. So Donna Jo Napoli wrote one of my favorite books, Dark Shimmer, which is a Snow White retelling slash backstory of the evil queen, and I really loved it. She does a lot of fairy tale retellings and fairy tale inspired books, or just retellings in general. So excited to read something else from her. This is Breathe by Sarah Crossan. Just a cool looking like sci-fi, possibly dystopian series. Got The Prey by Tom Isbell. Again, another like kind of dystopian, possibly survivalist story series. I only found a copy of Darker Shade of Magic, paperback, boo, but for reading purposes it'll be just fine, and now I can read it at the beach and not worry about like messing up a hardback. So I don't know when I'm gonna start this. Hopefully this year, probably not though. Like, this is our super popular fantasy series, adult fantasy series, where there are 4 different Londons and each one has something else going on. Ice Cream Man comes by every single day. Every day. Found Princess of Thorns by Stacey J. Fantasy series that looks cool. It's about princesses. Spinning Starlight by R.C. Lewis. This is the second book after Stitching Snow, which I also have. You can't really see. There's like a kind of a swan on here. Strands of Bronze and Gold by Jane Nickerson, and this one just saved the Dark and Murky Hour or something like that. I have the second book in the series and I didn't have this one, so I was gonna like unhaul it, but now I have them both. So another fantasy slash historical fiction. Found The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. This one won a National Book Award, and it's just a really popular like contemporary, possibly a little bit of magical surrealism. This one is on my United States of YA list of books to read. I can't remember which state it's for, but that's why I got that one. I found another copy of Jacobi by William Ritter. This is something that I'm going to want to read around Halloween and fall time. It's like modernized retelling of Jack the Ripper. I found The Heir of Fire a Throne of Glass novel by Sarah J Maas. Really excited because I have a hard time finding Sarah J Maas, and this is the first actual nice copy from the Throne of Glass series that I have found. And me and my friend Brittany from Brit Nicole, I'll link her channel down below in the description, are going to do a readathon, read along, buddy read of Throne of Glass. Her doing a reread, me reading for the first time, starting Throne of Glass next month. She's got a couple more Throne of Glass novels that she's gonna send me, which is awesome. So I have this one, which I'm really excited because I have a couple of them now, but this one's actually like a really nice copy. Found Storm Siren by Mary Weber. This is just like a witchy series that might be good for fall or just generic fantasy reading, but I've heard really excellent things about this recently, so hopefully I like it. I found Blythewood by Carol Goodman. This is part of the Ravencliff series, something like that. I have 2 or 3 books from this series now. Found The Bird and the Blade by Megan Banner. This is a newer release, I think, that came out like last year. So I hadn't heard like a lot about it, but I was just kind of excited to find something that came out last year. So fantasy, I'm assuming. I found a hardback copy of Champion by Marie Lu. I actually just hauled the paperback copy last month, so I sent that over to a friend or a trade or something like that. So now I have, I think, the complete Legend trilogy, so again, hopefully I'll read it. Super excited to find Snow and Rose by Emily Winfield Martin. This is a retelling of Snow White and Rose Red, and it is just beautiful. It has like beautiful illustrations. I don't know if this is young adult or middle grade, but I don't really care. Like, just the cover alone is beautiful. The illustrations are really, really beautiful. The pages are beautiful, and Snow White and Rose Red was one of my absolute favorite fairy tales as a kid. Really excited to find Out of Oz in hardback by Gregory Maguire. I think this is the last book in the Wicked Years trilogy, or the Wicked Years series. I have only read The Wicked. I desperately need to read Son of a Witch. I'm still kind of on the fence whether I like Gregory Maguire's writing, but I keep reading him anyway because they're retellings and they're so beautiful. I found Origin by Jessica Carey. Jungle hides a girl who cannot die. I am just in this like jungly, survivory type mode because we've been watching Survivor, as I've talked about in a lot of vlogs. So this one just called my name. Found Rebel Springs by Morgan Rhodes. This is a paperback copy, but I have a hard time finding the Fallen Kingdom series, and this is book 2. So now I have like most of them, so I need to get on that. I don't know why, but I'm really excited that I found Everything by Nicola Yoon, despite the fact that I don't really like contemporaries that often. This is just a cool book. Like, it's told in like texts and different formats, and I really like that style of a book. Plus, it's probably going to be super easy and something I can get through very fast. Found The Death Code by Lindsay Cummings. This is book 2 from the Murder Complex, which I think I have the Murder Complex. Not sure, need to consult my library thing, but I was just excited to find it because it's like a, again, kind of a sci-fi, possibly dystopian book that I'm interested in. Found Bitterblue by Christian Kishore. This is the sequel to Graceling, which again, desperately need to read. Super popular fantasy series. This is a companion novel. I think there's one more companion that I need to find, but I really want to read it, and this is kind of cool. Chapter headers there with the keys as well, so yay. At the Goodwill, I found Boy Snow Bird. This is by Helen Oyemi. Hopefully I said that right. This is a modernized retelling of Snow White, I believe. I love all things retelling, so adding it to the retelling pile. I found Mila 2.0. This is like a robot cyborg story, possibly dystopian, that I've been wanting to read for a while. And this one is by Deborah Driza. And this one is signed because apparently she is from pretty close to where I live. So this was like at the library bookstore for $1. Really, really excited to find this one. Oh my god, the Ice Cream Man's back! Okay, I found Young Samurai, The Way of the Dragon by Chris Bradford and The Way of the Warrior. So, I don't know. These are like Disney Hyperion books that looked really cool about samurais. Speaking of Disney, I found A Reflection, A Twisted Tale by Elizabeth Lim. I am not sure if I already have this one. I couldn't find it anywhere. I don't think I do, but I'm getting a little mixed up with my Disney retellings. Either way, I can trade it or sell it, but this is a Mulan reimagining, and that sounds great. Found Rogue, the Paladin Prosody by Mark Frost. I don't know, it was $1. Found Princess Academy, Palace of Stone by Shannon Hale, one series that I really, really, really want to read because I didn't read it growing up, and I need to get into some Shannon Hale ASAP. I found Stolen by Lucy Christopher. Guys, should I read this one? Because I don't really love contemporaries, and I kind of don't really like I don't mind thrillers, but I'm scared that it's gonna freak me out. This is about like a girl that gets stolen and like from this person that stole her's perspective, and I think it's got like kind of You vibes but in YA form, so I'm a little bit scared of it, but it won a prize and it feels like it's probably gonna be a quick one, so let me know if I should read it. I found Anansi or Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman. Hopefully I didn't haul this one already. I'm just really into Neil Gaiman right now. I'm probably gonna listen to this one on audio, but I was able to find it for $1 and I like to have them to like show you guys and just on my shelves if I really love them. But I'm really into Neil Gaiman right now again. He's kind of redeemed himself in my eyes for the last few books that I read, and he narrates his own audiobooks, which I really, really love. And this is a pretty short one. I think about boys that have magical powers. I found Towering by Alex Flynn. This is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty. 10,000 Skies Above You by Claudia Gray. This is kind of like a time travel series, I believe, and this is the second book in the series. And check out this cover. Oh my god, so pretty. Found Dream a Little Dream by Kristen Gear, and I literally bought this one because it's pretty. So, no shame. Only because it was $1. I don't do that if books are expensive. Don't do that, it gets you in trouble. Found Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. Yay! This one is about witches and possibly prep school. Not really sure, witchy school, but fall list. It's got lots of wonderful things said about it. I found A Mad Zombie Party, the exclusive one with a bonus chapter from Jenna Showalter. This is, look at this, so pretty. This is part of the Alice in Zombieland series, which I have 2 or 3 other books in. I was kind of excited about this one, despite the fact that I don't like super scary books or zombies, because I feel like it's going to be like mildly scary. But I didn't really love First Life by Jenna Showalter for the writing style. So let me know if you guys have read this series. Do you like it? Because I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence. Really excited to find Sweetly by Jackson Pierce. This is, again, another retelling. This is a stepsister retelling, I think, like Cinderella thing. I have 1 or 2 of his books, which found Broken Crowns by Lauren DeStefano, which is excellent timing because I found Perfect Ruin, the first book in this series. Last month, I read Lauren DeStefano's Wither series. While I didn't love them in the long run, I loved her writing style, and I know, oh my gosh, the ice cream man is back for the 3rd time in 20 minutes. What is happening? Also, it's like 3 o'clock. No one's home to eat ice cream but me, sir. Okay, so I loved her writing style from the Weather series, and I never wanted to stop reading it, and I kind of have fond memories because I read it when I was sick and it got me through being sick. So these are short books, literally no idea what they're about because I'm a terrible person. Super excited. I traded some books for this at the used bookstore. I found Rise, an Eve novel by Anne Carey. I'm a little bummed because I didn't examine it and I didn't realize that it was like coming apart, but oh well, it still looks nice. This is a dystopian series. Once again, I have like 2 or 3 of them now. It's a trilogy. It has mixed reviews. These are like so exciting to me. Okay, I found Kingslayer and Insinger by Jay Kristoff. These are super hard to find. This is like a Japanese-inspired fantasy series, which I heard is not accurate as far as like the representation of Japan, but he kind of makes it like his own world, so that's kind of an excuse for that. But I've heard excellent things about them, and I just love Jay Kristoff as like an author. He's hilarious and really funny, and I love his Illuminate series like I mentioned earlier, so I'm excited to try something solo from him. Yay! I found 4 Dead Queens at Book Off for like $4 or $5. This literally came out like a few months ago. I normally wouldn't even spend $4 or $5, but this is by Astrid Schultz. Heard amazing things about this. I'm hoping it's going to be similar to 3 Dark Crowns, but not exactly the same. Fantasy, like queens fighting for the throne, or maybe they're dead and they come back to life. I don't know. It sounds great, and I'm probably going to push this one higher up on my TBR. I found Drink, Slay, Love by Sarah Beth Durst. I unhauled this a while back because it's a really weird vampire story about a girl that is a vampire and she gets pierced in the heart by a unicorn, and that makes her be able to walk in the day, and it's like kind of satire vampire, but then the more I thought about it, the more I wanted to read it because it sounds kind of fun. So, the fall, this is coming. Maybe for Spookathon. Found Reign of Shadows by Sophie Jordan. When the darkness descended, her fate was sealed. I don't remember what this is about, but I remember that I was really into it and really, really excited because it's also really pretty. Found The Sleep and the Thorny Way and Pure Dreaming, both by Kath Winters. I think these are like gothic horror / retellings. Kat Winters does like more gothic historical fiction, which I'm really into gothic horror, so I'm not really sure if these go together or not. They kind of look like they do. They're ex-library, which is what's going on there, but let me know if you've read these. I found After Obsession by Carrie Jones and Stephen E. Waddell. I just heard really great things about Carrie Jones. That's why I got this one. The Wild Robot by Peter Brown. It just is like the cutest book ever, and it's about a robot surviving in the wilderness, so I'm into surviving right now, and a robot surviving in the wilderness sounds amazing. Found The Burning Sky by Sherry Thomas. This is the only book I found at the Dollar Tree this month. It's a fantasy series that has somewhat Harry Potter vibes. Not entirely sure, but I kind of want to read her second book called The Perilous Sea because I'm hoping there's mermaids. There's probably not, but that's what I'm banking on. Found Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood, just something great for the fall. Also probably good for the fall. The Nightmare Affair by Mindy Arnett, about a girl that is a nightmare, so that sounds amazing. Found Spelled by Betsy Show. I had this a while ago, so I'm happy to find it again. Another retelling. I think this is kind of a mix of a bunch of retellings. Particularly, I think this one is about Wizard of Oz. So, kind of hard to find retellings about Wizard of Oz, especially since I really hated Dorothy Must Die. And finally, I found the Shadowhunters Codex by Cassandra Clare and Joshua Lewis. Really excited. I have almost every Cassandra Clare book. I only need a lot more. Probably Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, Bane Chronicles, and then the newer books that came out this year. Super excited about it. This one is just like a novella companion that goes and it tells you how to be a shadow hunter, and I'm all in. Okay, you guys, so that is my giant haul for May. I hope you guys like this video. Just keep in mind that when you are buying books, I would only buy books this much because I am getting them so cheap. I wouldn't spend this much money on books all at once if I wasn't going to be reading them right away, or if they were, you know, even around the $5 or $6 range, because that would be insane. That would be like hundreds of dollars in books every month. And while I love books and promote having a big library and all those wonderful things, it is not worth going in debt or having books that you're literally never going to read that cost you a bunch of money that you'll never get back out of them. A lot of these I'm able to trade or sell again, get almost all of my money back out of them if I'm not interested or if I decide not to read them. It's not really a bad investment for me because I'm not spending a lot of money to begin with. So that's just my little mom spiel of don't waste your money on books when you like need money for rent and food, you know, stuff like that. So anyway, I have a couple more hauls coming for you in June. I'll have my June book haul, but I'll also have a mermaid book haul. So stay tuned for that because I'll be doing a lot of mermaidy themed videos preparing for Mermaid Marathon, which I think the announcement video is already up. If it is, I will link it up here in the eye. You can click that eye and click on the Mermaid Marathon announcement and place your vote for when you want it to be, because I'm letting you guys decide the dates of Mermaid Marathon, and then I'll have a second announcement video a week or two before. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you guys haul a bunch of books. Did you unhaul a bunch of books? Do you rotate books out like I do? Do you keep every book you read or only the books you love? Do you keep no books after you've read them? I like to know everybody's different way of organizing their bookish life, and I thank you guys so much for watching. I usually post videos every Monday, Wednesday, sometimes on the weekends. It's been a little bit of a rough month because I've had a lot of company and I went out of town, so my posting schedule has been all over the place, so sorry about that, but back to regular scheduled programming in June. So thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time on the bright side. Bye! Happy book hoarding. I don't know what to do. I can't hold them all. We're gonna have to pretend this is everything. It's definitely not. There are definitely 4 more piles.